US President Donald Trump has renewed his push for tighter voting rules, posting on Truth Social, and I quote here, "I only want Americans to vote in American elections." The post comes as the Senate takes up the Save America Act, a legislation that supporters say is aimed at ensuring that only US citizens are able to vote in federal elections. The bill would require individuals registering to vote to provide documentary proof of citizenship, such as a US passport or birth certificate. A standard driver's license would generally not suffice, as most licenses do not indicate citizenship status. Supporters argue that the measure strengthens election integrity and restores public confidence in the system. They say citizenship verification is a common sense safeguard. However, critics contend that the proposal could create new barriers to voter registration. Advocacy groups, including the Campaign Legal Center, argue that millions of Americans do not readily have access to documents like passports or birth certificates, particularly married individuals who have changed their names, young voters, elderly citizens, and communities of color. Under the proposed legislation, voters updating their registration, such as changing their address or party affiliation, could also be required to provide documentary proof of citizenship. The bill could also impact mail and online voter registrations. In 2022, more than 7 million Americans registered by mail and nearly 11 million registered online. Opponents say the legislation would significantly alter or limit those processes. Another provision would require states to share voter registration lists with the Department of Homeland Security for verification purposes, a move critics describe as federal overreach and a potential privacy concern. Supporters say it would help identify ineligible registrations. The legislation also introduces potential criminal penalties for election officials who knowingly register individuals without proper documentation. The debate unfolds against the backdrop of ongoing national disputes over election security and allegations of voter suppression. While federal law already prohibits non-citizens from voting in federal elections, the Save America Act centers on how citizenship should be verified and whether additional safeguards are necessary or overly restrictive. The Senate's consideration of the bill is expected to intensify partisan debate over voting access, election security, and the balance between safeguarding the ballot and ensuring broad participation in American democracy.